Hi, this project is called the Freedom Project. All right, so this is something I want you to be thinking about. If you were to move on to AP drawing, this is something that we do in order to make an artwork. You have to come up with an inquiry, and then from your inquiry, you create an artwork. And so we need to figure out what you want your inquiry to be for this Freedom Project. So here are some suggestions. What would it look like if I created an artwork about freedom? What would it look like if I created an artwork about my idea of freedom? What would it look like if I created an artwork about the freedom of blank? So if you created an artwork about the freedom of graduating, the freedom of a bird, the freedom of running, anything that makes sense. Okay, and you don't have to use any of these inquiries. You could come up with your own. Here are some examples of images and artworks that, to me, show freedom in different ways. So we've got horses in a pasture. We've got the Statue of Liberty with the American flag. And then we have this bird escaping from a cage. So these are all different ways of showing freedom. And then you may study photographs and artworks from the internet, but the artwork you create must be 100% from your own imagination and not a copy or replication of a duplication of an artwork you found from the internet. Okay, you can just use it as a resource to kind of think of and use as a source to then create a 100% your own idea. Okay, now if you're studying a photograph, like let's say you really want to use a horse, then you would want to find a photograph of a horse, not an artwork of a horse, and then study that photograph as much as you can, and then go back and draw from imagination. But like this bird in the cage one, I would not want you to study this and say, okay, I need a tree coming up on the right, I need a tree kind of coming up on the left, and I'm going to hang a bird cage on the left, and the bird is going to be on the right flying away. You can't do that. This artist has already done that. So you've got to find some other way to show a bird escaping, and it can't be this bird, it can't be this cage, or those trees. Okay, you've got to find your own way to arrange it if that's what you want to show as your idea of freedom. As always, these are your artwork size choices: 11 by 14 inches, 12 by 16 inches, 12 by 18 inches, and 16 by 20 inches. And even if you're working digitally, I still want you to choose one of these sizes. Artwork media. So you may choose acrylic, watercolor, oil paints, digital, colored pencil, soft pastel, oil pastel, or mixed media. If you're going to work digitally, so the little star, digital artwork must be more than just filling in large areas with color. You must work on blending, layering, and creating fine details. If you're going to do mixed media, the two little stars by the word mixed media down at the bottom, I explained that you may use graphite as a significant material in a mixed media work. So those of you who like working with shading pencils, that's what graphite is, shading pencils. So if you want to use shading pencils in a significant area of your artwork, you must do a mixed media piece. So you must have watercolor or colored pencil or acrylic or oil pastels. You need something else to go along with that graphite. It cannot just be solely a graphite artwork. All right, these are all the due dates, so I want you to come up with a list of ideas or word web, and that's going to be due on January 6th. And then you're going to do sketches of ideas Thursday and Friday. And then if you need to pick up supplies, please come by Monday, January 11th. You will practice with your media on Monday and Tuesday. And then you will begin final paper before color on Wednesday and Thursday, the January 13th through the 14th. You will submit 9 daily progress shots showing media. So this is all before, after you sketch it on the final paper. And then your artwork is going to be due, or the last day in class will be Friday, January 29th. And then you'll have 5 days for corrections for full credit and submit that by February 5th. This is going to go into more detail. You'll see on the PowerPoint, and I'll let you read this to yourself. I don't feel like I need to read it to you. It's just going into detail exactly what the assignment is. So January 6th, I need 20 words, phrases, or ideas, or mind map, okay? Using just your mind and your thought process. I really don't want you looking anything up, okay? I want your own mind to come up with the creative ideas. And then for 2 days, January 7th and 8th, you're going to sketch for 50 minutes. Make sure you read the details. And then here's the rest of everything that you need to do if you want to pick up supplies, if you want to try a new material, if you need paper, if you need paint, whatever it is that you need, please reach out and make arrangements by the 11th to pick those up so that you can stay on schedule with the media practice that begins on day 1 for January 11th. And then you'll see the rest of the due dates following behind, kind of explained out. And then each of these will be these will be separate assignments that you'll photograph and upload each day, but here's one place to find it all together. All right, so I hope you find come up with some creative ideas. Try to push yourself to do something that you haven't done, maybe use a material you haven't done, or try to conquer a concept that might be challenging to you. The worst that happens is that maybe you don't get an A, but you maybe learn something new.